the storm. Riders on the storm. Into this house we're born. Into this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone and hacker out alone. Riders on the storm. There's a killer on the road. His brain is squirming like a toad. Take a long holiday. Let your children play. If you give this man a ride, sweet family will die. Killer on the road. Yeah.
Join the bunker if you want to do some work.
Girl, you gotta love your man. Girl, you gotta love your man. Take him by the hand. Make him understand. The world on you depends. Our life will never end. Gotta love your man. Yeah.
Alright guys, join the NC.
Riders on the storm. Riders on the storm. Into this house we're born. Into this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone and hacker out alone. Riders on the storm. There's a killer on the road.
Alright, if you're in the bunker right now and you don't join the MC, you're going to die in about 30 seconds. So join it or you're going to die.
Take a long holiday. Let your children play. If you give this man a ride, sweet family will die. Killer on the road.
Gunski, join the MC. Fly Vibes, join the MC. Alright, 30 seconds and I'm starting it. If you don't join, it's on you.
Girl, you gotta love your man. Take him by the hand. Make him understand. The world on you depends. Our life will never end. Gotta love your man.
Man, you guys are slow.
As the northern lights may vividly display as far south as New York to Wisconsin. On the graphic below, the southern extent of the northern lights is about where the yellow line is. So it says here, it's kind of hard to see for you guys, but the yellow line goes through Washington, it goes all the way through, and it actually goes New York. Between the green line and the yellow line, which you guys aren't going to be able to see this, I can probably full screen this. As you can see, I don't think the red line is going to see anything. So below Oregon, below some of the Midwest states, you're not going to be able to see anything basically. But you might actually be able to see it from some of the upper top states, which is very unusual, or at least I've never heard of that, not in recent years. It says this is frequently updated aurora forecast from NOAA's Space Weather Prediction Center.
With Vroom, you can buy your next car from your phone and have it delivered straight to your driveway.
Late model, low mileage Buttes.
So very odd, and this is something that I would like for you guys to call in about, because here's the thing. I have been seeing some really weird things in the sky, and I'm not talking about UFOs or flying around. I'm talking about the actual atmosphere and it doing weird things. Now, if any of you guys have seen this as well, I would love for you to call in and tell everybody what you've seen. I'm starting to feel like I'm crazy. It looks like you can see little waves of things hitting our atmosphere. And some of you will be like, yeah, that's what the aurora borealis type thing is. But I've been seeing it for a week. And I've been told that it's much worse than what they say. Not only that, is that this is just the beginning of a mass lineup of solar flares. Now, if you're an expert on this, you can call in and let us know. It's all good. That would be greatly appreciated. Now, some say this is related. With everything that's going on, people are getting worried because of what we talked about last night with the flooding that could very well wipe out our farming season. So sorry, you guys. Hold on. I'm going to do this so I don't screw it up the whole show. Okay. Now, or I'll just do that. Glad you guys didn't see that. Cold coffee all over. Anyways, what we talked about last night was the flooding, and we put out a video with that caller. It was a military meteorologist that actually, back in the 90s, was told that it was a need-to-know basis to be able to actually forecast these solar events. Like, it was above her head, and they were not allowed to even learn how to do it, which I thought was extremely weird. Well, what she said, and what many others, including other YouTubers that are really focused on this, are saying that we are going to go into a period of famine, period of extremely high inflation due to a lot of these farmers are going to be flooded out. Weather and rain and all these different things are going to affect our farming of just this year. So as soon as in a couple months here, we're going to see a huge spike in the food that we're buying because there's going to be a lot of farmers that are wiped out this year. It says the Midwest flooding has killed livestock, ruined harvests, and has farmers worried for their future. It says farmers in parts of Nebraska and Iowa had precious little time to move themselves from the floodwaters that rushed over the lands last week. So many left their livestock and last year's harvest behind. It says now as they watch the new lakes that overtook their property slowly recede, some have a painfully long time to reflect. They have lost so much, staying in business will be a mighty struggle. It says across parts of the Midwest, hundreds of livestock have drowned. So cows and actual animals are dying from this. That's how fast it came about. Are drowned and stranded. Valuable, unsold, stored grain is ruined in submerged storage bins and fields like they are lakes. It says casting doubt on whether they can be planted this year. So this is a big deal. These are especially cruel times for Nebraska and Iowa farmers who had to scrape money to keep going just 8 years ago when floods overtook their lands in 2011. Quote, I would say 50% of the farmers in our area will not recover from this. That's a huge statement. He's saying half of the farmers in his area will not recover, as in go out of business because of this situation. This is something that should hit all of our hearts. These are families. These are people that day in and day out go to their farm and they make the food that we consume and we don't even think about it. See, we're going to see a price gouge, but we don't realize there's a lot of pain and suffering behind that price gouge. Very sad. If any of you have been a farmer or grew up on a farm, you understand that this is really absolutely saddening. It says floodwaters washed over the plains and upper Midwest as a bomb cyclone dropped heavy rain and snow last week, and as previous snow and ice melted. So that combination turned it into something even much worse. Nebraska Governor Pete Ricketts called this the most widespread disaster we have had in our state's history. Officials expect their initial farm damage estimates of over $400 million in damages to crops and $400 million in lost livestock will be exceeded. $400 million of basically dead cows and dead livestock, dead pigs. These animals drowned. So this is nothing anybody wants to hear, but here's something to think about. What if over the next
You little
couple
fuck,
years,
how'd that feel?
This? What is being predicted is that with these solar flares, with the poles, with everything that's been going on, with the different weather that we've been getting, it's been changing rapidly every year. And some say that it's going to be some sort of ice age. What if we start seeing this news on a monthly basis until all of a sudden we're in a whole different world? That's what I think about.
So
Agriculture in the Midwest. The Midwestern states, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Ohio, and Wisconsin are often called the Corn Belt. However, this region offers a diversity of agriculture production beyond corn and soybean. The Midwest represents one of the most intense areas of agriculture production in the world and constantly affects the global economy. In 2007, Midwestern states had a market value of crop and livestock products sold of over $76 billion, encompassing corn, soybean, livestock, vegetables, fruits, tree nuts, berries, and nursery greenhouse plants. In fact, there are over 127 million acres of agricultural land in the Midwest, and in addition to 75% of that area in corn and soybeans, the other 25% is used by produce alfalfa, apples, asparagus, green beans, blueberries, cabbage, carrots, sweet and tart cherries, cranberries, cucumbers, grapes, oats, onions, peaches, plums, peas, bells. Well, I guess you get the point. Even tobacco is on that list. Agriculture is an essential activity that supports human life. It supports us living. While agriculture supplies the food, fibers, and other materials used in everyday life, it also provides a much wider array of services and goods that support human well-being. Agriculture production, socioeconomic systems, and natural systems here in the Midwest are numerous and complex. To understand how best to adapt in a changing climate, we must first understand how the climate is impacting agriculture in the region. It says effects of a changing climate and enhanced climate variability are already being seen across the Midwest. Over the past century, temperatures have risen across all seasons. Growing seasons have become longer, precipitation patterns have changed, and extreme precipitation events have increased in frequency and severity. Because of the sensitivity of the agriculture to weather and climate conditions, these impacts can have substantial direct and indirect effects on farm production. They are telling us that our farmland, everything that is going on, all the stuff that sustains us, is getting hit so hard that we might actually see a huge change in the way we eat, the way we farm, the way that we get our food just in the next couple of years. Now, when you see some of these scary documentaries talk about how the Earth is going to be in 2050, let alone in the year 2100, we are talking about a world that is 100% completely different from where we are now. We're talking about a world with rebreathers and all this stuff that you see in the science fiction films. In fact, they say, when you look at the science fiction films and you see how they said, we would be flying around and all this and that, a lot of things were predicted. The touch screens and swiping across big screens to show things and all this. That's actually fact now. That's something that they got right. Well, what we have been calling out now is going to be the future down the road. We're talking about dark and gloomy, clouded, not seeing the sun. These are things that might happen naturally just because of the way the world is going. It's pretty crazy. Okay, so I'm going to show you some of the videos of this insane thing that happened today. I'm going to full screen this so you guys can see. This is the Viking sky, just to show you. See if we can know why it's like. So this is the ship out in the water and it's completely tilted. Let me try one of these other ones.
Here, take that.
As you can see, I don't know why it's so choppy, but the thing is these are all pretty insane videos of everything falling. I think this is the one where a worker actually catches a piece as it's hitting a woman. It falls off of the ceiling. Everything starts shifting. The piano, all the chairs, everything just starts swooping by. And the worker actually caught a huge piece of the ceiling before it hit the lady. I think the front half of it actually did hit her. But this is something that's extremely scary. If you could think, sitting in this absolutely beautiful room, and then, the whole room is getting swayed back and forth. Pretty nuts. The two missing...
Honey is a free browser add-on available on Google, Opera, Firefox, Safari. If it's a browser, it has...
two missing ancient stele, I think I'm saying that right, stele, that used to be located in front of the Sphinx may help solve the mystery of an enigmatic doorway rumored to be located beneath that ancient monument. So, as you guys know, I covered that a couple weeks ago, actually, about the stele in front of the Sphinx. So we cover it all here on Marfugal TV. This is creepy. Okay, right when I saw this, I thought, man, Big Brother meets police state, all meets car dealership. New Volvo will detect if its driver has drunk alcohol and slow down if they have. Not only that, apparently it will even call the cops on you. But check this out. I guess you can say this is a good thing, right? If there were no drunk drivers, there would be no drunk driving accidents. But it's a thin line. Volvo is to install technology in its self-driving cars that can detect if the driver is drunk. The Swedish car maker said that the next year all new vehicles will have cameras and sensors to spot if the motorist is showing signs of being over the limit. Cars will slow down before ringing the Volvo call center, where a member of the customer service will speak to the driver and take over the car if necessary.
Wow.
You see, they give you the fix to what everybody can agree on, but they also give you the solution that nobody wants. Think about this. You may think that this is good in that particular situation, but what if you're trying to escape from something? They can take control of your actual car. Nobody thinks about this? The self-driving vehicle may even park the car itself if the driver is unresponsive. The new safety features are part of the manufacturer's pledge to eliminate all passenger deaths. Oh, they're so good. Underneath it says, Volvo cars will be able to detect if drivers are intoxicated and slow down from next year when the technology will be introduced. It will be added to larger models such as the XC90 before smaller models. This is really, really... The advanced technology will be fitted on all larger models such as the XC90 before being added to their smaller cars. Sensors in the car will monitor changes in the physical movements of both the driver and the car to determine if an intervention is required. Cameras focused on the driver's eyes will look for changes such as pupil dilation, which, by the way, if these are good enough cameras to catch pupil dilation, does that mean they're also going to get your irises? Well, sensors on the steering wheel can tell how reactive the individual is behind the wheel. This also means intervening if the driver appears too tired or distracted by checking a mobile phone, one of the biggest factors causing road accidents. So what do you think about this? Do you think, would you buy a car, or you're basically everybody's going to have to buy these cars at some point. Would you want that right now? If it was available for the same exact price, would you buy a car that could be taken over by some computer somewhere at any time? Yes, I see that if you're drunk or if this, but think about the ramifications of that. I wouldn't like it. Pentagon sends over 300 troops to Germany for rapid deployment drills. Yep, nothing's going on, guys. Yeah. Jeez. That guy looks so happy. Pentagon is testing its new rapid deployment strategy in Europe in the face of unconventional security threats. Around 300 U.S. troops arrived in Berlin Thursday ahead of a planned military exercise in neighboring Poland. The troops flew in from their base in Texas to practice new deployment and response tactics in the face of growing Russian military presence in Europe. Pentagon officials said they will also test the new readiness initiative. The goal is to be able to deploy 30 battalions, 30 air wings, and 30 warships, reinforcements, in 30 days. Quote, the purpose is really all about readiness, building readiness, and also interoperability with our NATO allies such as Germany and Poland. two very essential allies in the NATO alliance. It says NATO is set to establish 2 new military commands in Norfolk, Virginia, and Ulm, Germany, to streamline the movement of troops during security crisis. So they are preparing with NATO. They are trying to figure this out, and they're trying to basically be able to send a bunch of guys over there right now. What is going on with NATO and Russia? Well, a whole lot. NATO has their country surrounded, and they've been threatening back and forth for over a year. Our sources say that this is getting much, much hotter, and we will be able to show you a lot of different stuff. I'm going to put together something that can show you. See, here in the U.S., we get funneled our news, but when you are over there in those countries, you can definitely see the military presence. Rabbi claims Urim supermoon heralds Messiah's coming, world's end. This is creepy if you're into this kind of stuff. It says, the rabbi pointed out that his end of days prediction depends on whether Jews keep repenting and keeping everything which God wants them to keep. It says,
Son of a bitch. They fried my fucking computer every time I start fucking watching this shit. Here, take this jet, dude.
So.
Very present. Rabbi claims Purim supermoon heralds Messiah's coming. World's end. This is creepy if you're into this kind of stuff. It says, the rabbi pointed out that his end of days prediction depends on whether Jews keep repenting and keeping everything which God wants them to keep. It says, an astral phenomenon known as a supermoon, which occurred earlier this week and coincided with the Jewish holiday of Purim, may be a sign of the coming end of days, according to Rabbi Mayityahu Lazerson. I hope I said that right. Whose claims were recently published in the Daily Star. According to the newspaper, the rabbi pointed at the significance of the supermoon as being mentioned in Torah, having deciphered codes within the book of Genesis and discovering world's huge moon, Purim, repentance, Israel, warning, and Messiah, which suggest a link between Purim and this lunar event. Quote, Israel is always compared to the moon, and now the moon is shining very large. This is an indication that Jews really should begin right now. Israel can complete redemption this Purim, but this is a warning that it can only happen if they end. So pretty interesting. If you guys know about this, make sure to call in at 224-400-MARF. Russian Su-27 fighter jets shadowed U.S. nuclear-capable bombers twice in the last 24 hours. Yep, nothing's going on, guys. It says Russian Su-27 fighters have been scrambled to shadow U.S. Air Force B-52H Stratofortress nuclear-capable strategic bombers over the Baltic Sea twice in the last 24 hours, or at least that's what the Russian defense says. The bombers were detected by the Russian Airspace Control Means, or the ACM, while they were still far away from Russian territory. The ministry said a statement adding that the fighter jets were deployed to prevent the aircraft from approaching the border as they were flying towards Russian territory. Now, as I said and as I posted, I got video of these things near Seattle, and the B-52 Stratofortresses, all this stuff, they're actually flying over, they were flying all over all week. Apparently, they headed over to Russia and did some stuff over there. So, I believe this is all connected. I don't think there is any coincidence. It says the Russian military also said that the U.S. strategic aviation has stepped up activities near Russian territory in the Baltics. The strategic aircraft have flown over the Baltic Sea 7 times in just a week, the ministry statement said. So, by the way, and we showed the video, it says earlier the ministry released a video of one such encounter showing Russian Su-27 shadowing a US B-52H. Here for the live show, we actually showed that video. It was shot from the Russian Su-27's cockpit. Okay. Nothing in this show should be considered legal, medical, or financial advice. The views of the callers can differ considerably from mine, Dex's, Shauna, or anybody else who helps with the show. You should always do your own research and consult with professionals. The internet is full of fake news, and that is exactly why I do the show. You have the chance to call in and say that's 100% true or 100% fake. We talked about Ghost City. Somebody called in and tried to break it down. That's the whole point of this channel. We have to basically, we have to try to figure out the truth and use each other as resources. So, with that being said, make sure to submit your content on Instagram. 1, upload a great photo or video. 2, write a meaningful description. 3, include the following in your description. Tag @Marfugel and any friends that you like. And then include this phrase, please share this with the hashtag FugelFam and hashtag MarfugelTV. Pretty easy. So, I want to go over this real quick. So, there's many reasons why we should be preparing, and there's just too many to list. But what I will say is this is a very important thing to do. Reach out to the people around you that are like-minded and that want to prepare. Yes, there's 9 out of 10 people don't want to hear anything about it. In fact, they want to turn the other way and say la la la. Well, that 1 out of 10, the people that you do get along with, they're going to be in this Discord group. Trust me on this, there will be things anywhere from earthquakes, fires, meteors, it doesn't matter. You can be prepared for all of it, and the first step is getting to know others and learning the intel. Join the Fugle Fam community on Discord. They're starting groups. They have multiple groups, some as big as 50, that meet up at each other's houses. They talk about prep. They talk about ideas of how to do it more affordably. All these kind of things are done in these groups, and they have a great time. 1, find your local state group or groups. 2, share and learn prep and intel. 3, there is also an exclusive military channel for former or current military. Do not try to fake stolen valor. You will be kicked out of the entire Discord if you do so. But if you do get it, you will find that we have, not only do I have about close to 500 active and retired military, this group is growing every single day. By the way, these will be vetted not only by Shauna, but by other military. So, like I said, don't try to fake like you're military. Because everything is so compartmentalized, we need everything. We basically are left in the dark about most things. So, all you have to do is go to marfugelchat.com. Invites are emailed every day or two. So, smart meter covers. So, we have partnered with this company. They're going to talk more about the company. We're trying to get the actual owners to come on the show because we do believe in their product, and the Fugle fam does too. If anybody wants to say in the chat if they have gotten and they saw the results, we have had many people tell us that these 100% changed everything about it instantly. So the reason we did this is because 1, we are trying to grow the channel. 2, this is full disclosure, we get a small commission when you buy these. 3, if you really want to, you can learn how to make these, and you can make them, possibly learn how to do it on YouTube, or you can go to Amazon. I believe you get a better deal if you go this way, and it helps the channel. This blocks 98% of the harmful smart meter radiation while still allowing the utility company to check the signal. So, that being said, go to smartmeter.marfugelchat.com. Just add in or go there. By the way, yesterday we had just hit 84,000 subscribers on last night's show. The main channel is up to 84,576. So it's gained 600 subscribers in one day. That is a blessing, and I cannot say enough. But if you guys did not know about the main channel, which we do edited, more shareable, smaller form videos, make sure to head over there and press subscribe. And Marfugle Reports is the 3rd channel in the Marfugle family, and this is hosted by Shauna, 9 years in the military, master's in business. She is extremely smart, and she has amazing interviews. Like I've said, every night she's had 2 of my favorites were Serenity in the Fugle fam, who survived the Paradise Fire, lost her home. It was an amazing interview. And 2 was the liaison, and actually ended up talking to the Border Patrol, one of the main heads. So really great stuff, and she did hit 4,000. So, hey, you're Hercules, Hercules. Thank you guys for supporting all of the Marfugle family. And by the way, I just wanted to throw this in there. For any of you guys that have started your own channel and you're smaller, make sure to call in, whatever else. Don't be shy about asking for a shout out, but just do it real quick. We'll just pull up your channel and show it. I have nothing against it. I've been helping people get stuff out there. But if you do that, at least be a part of the community and try to meet up with people and try to talk to them other than just trying to get a shout out. You can find me on Twitter at Marfugle, and the same thing if you just type in at Marfugle for Marfugle News on Instagram. So that I'm posting a lot of my own personal photography stuff that's going to go with the documentary. So that is something awesome, and you can submit content there. One more thing, and I'll just say it real quick. You can also, for my patrons, I'm going to be posting up a lot of the stuff, little tiny chunks of the interviews I've been.
So discussed the fact that I'm a little perturbed with Trump, and not perturbed. I like Trump in a sense, but the fact that they got all these states that have marijuana legal, and it's going across the nation to the other states, and they're busting their asses as they're leaving and they're traveling. I'm sick of this. I want it legalized all the way across the board, the whole damn drug thing, and put it under complete government control. And steal this doggone nation off to keep this crap out of here and all these bad things that really do want to come here, because I played the game before. I'm almost 60. I got out of it when I was 30 and became born again. I've had the power to have people snuffed off if I wanted to, but I had to give up the dollar, everything to serve God.
Well, and so, by the way, is there a first name you want? Do you want to go by Red 49, or do you want to go by John or whatever? Is there something I can call you?
Revelations 1913 is our copyright laws, and they got those in the Library of Congress in 1993. We covered in one of the videos.
Okay, but I was just asking what I can call you. If you want me to call you Red 49, that's fine, or Red, or whatever.
Yeah, call me Red 49. I don't want to be called Revelation. I'm just no. I'm not even worthy.
Okay.
I mean, but praise
Red,
God, I have grace.
Red, I showed everybody. I showed everybody your channel. We went over time, so I'm going to move on to the next caller. But I appreciate you, and I hope you keep watching. And if you're over there on Naughty Beaver,
I will.
Tell him I say hi. Okay.
how do we tell people they get the best of both worlds with Sprint?
Let's tell everyone that Sprint offers an unlimited plan in the new Samsung Galaxy S10e for just $35 a month.
Switch and get an unlimited plan with the new Galaxy S10e, lease included, no trade-in required.
Riders on the storm, riders on the storm. Into this house we're born, into this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone and actor out alone. Riders on the storm, there's a killer on the road. His brain is squirming like a toad. Take a long holiday. Let your children play. If you give this man a ride, sweet family will die. Killer on the road. This world we're thrown. Riders on the storm, riders on the storm. Into this house we're born, into this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone and actor out alone. Riders on the storm, there's a killer on the road. His brain is squirming like a toad. Take a long holiday. Let your children play. If you give this man a ride, sweet family will die. Killer on the road. Like a dog without a bone and hacker out alone, riders on the storm.
You know, you say a picture's worth 1,000 words, and a video's worth 1,000. Majestic Kelly's key is an experience.
Swerving like a toad. Take a line a day. Let your children play. If you give this man a ride, sweet family will die. Killer on the road.
Name? Robert Grigg. Age? 22 years old. Occupation? Guitar.
And you know who's responsible for the breakdown of law and order in this country?
Name?
John Densmore.
Age?
23.
Occupation?
Activists, revolutionaries, anarchists, and communists.
Name? Raymond Daniel Manser. Age? Born 2/12/39. Occupation? Musician.
Militants, activists, revolutionaries, anarchists, and communists.
Name? Jones. Occupation?
Can you look to me?
Then thank you.
Yeah.
We're not talking about politics. We're talking about there's such a about the word. I really hate it.
Do you think you're a political group? Or is this a tactic somebody wants to tie in because of what's happening in the space at the moment? You know, it's
foremost we're musicians and writers. And I think in the new age, this whole new age that we're hoping for is the thing where there won't be any separation, where the artists, the people who are the greatest artists, will be the most commercially successful too. The music can't help but reflecting things that are happening around us. All of our music is really so symbolic rather than direct to the point, you know. Like
everybody's always talking about rock and roll and jazz finally blending, you know. And I don't think that can really happen, but if it's supposed to, I think we're it.
Okay, what do you want me to answer first? Well, I'm interested in money, Jim. Primarily. I'm interested in money.
You're going to get trapped by the success you have out there.
No.
Let me say this about that.
Do you think this press conference is an absurd waste of time?
Yeah, that's a good point.
How is that, right? Yeah, that was fun.
It's not that political for me. But then I'm not the lyricist. I just want, my message from just me, not from you, is just to feel good at that moment. And if you can, feel good from then on.
Why don't you just forget about any implications for John? Yeah. No, it doesn't matter, Ray. John sneaks in. See, John is sort of, he'll train over. Right. He's like gravy on the meat.
It's like I met Ray when he had a degree in economics, and he was going to do this, you know. And then I heard Jim's songs, and they were so far out that, I thought, well, let's do this for a while.
In all honesty, Hello, I Love You was released because we felt it had the best chance on the top 40 charts.
It's a fictional documentary. I can't say too much about it because we're not really
really making it. It's just kind of making itself. A movie, it might not even be about us for all we know. What do you think would do to somebody? I hope it'll leave them puzzled at liking you or puzzled at liking you. That's part of the puzzle. You want people like you? Well, I'd like them to listen. I'd like them to give the music a chance. And just to listen.
I think these days, especially in the States, you have to be a politician or an assassin or something to really be a superstar. I'd like to do a song or a piece of music that's just a pure expression of joy, pure, like a celebration of existence, you know.
Reminds me of deer bait.
Like the coming of spring or the sun rising or something like that. Just pure, unbounded joy. You know, I don't think we've really done that yet.
Well, all your songs are an expression of joy and potency. So far.
Yeah, maybe.
What other sort of joy is it that you want to introduce?
No, the mood I get from most of it is kind of a heavy, kind of sort of gloomy feeling. Yeah. Like of someone not quite at home, or or not quite relaxed and aware of a lot of things, but not quite sure about anything. I'd like to do one just feeling of being totally at home.
I think additional forces are desired. However, I don't consider it a bottomless pit. The situation, I would say, is more complex than I thought was the case 4 years ago.
There you go. What can I say? There'll be more of that.
Alright, so I was about to end the stream because nobody's here watching and it's lame as fuck and there's no reason for me to be on here doing nothing, being watched by no one. So, I go to end the stream and it says live stream donation. Mr. Beast 6000 just donated $10. Message, keep up the good work. Bro. First of all that's like you writing it, and I don't take donations on YouTube. So, all that is suspect. And the name of the channel is live stream donation. That's weird. And then you typed out, instead of there being like a little message link or something that's in YouTube, you typed out Mr. Beast 6000 just donated. What type of weirdo shit are you on, bro? Whatever. I'm gonna end the stream because it's obviously nothing.
Watch out.
Just to entertain the thought for just a second before we end the stream, let's say he was on my shit. Let's say that Mr. Beast dude that gives out thousands of dollars on his YouTube channel, let's say he's on my stream right now trying to donate money. I got one question for you, Jimmy. Who do you really work for? And if you can't answer that question, don't even come to my stream. I'll give you a second to deliberate. I'll be right back. Move. Move, Sarge. Alright. Kind of weird, as soon as I said that, my computer crashed. Came back and it was off. What? Talking in general. Excuse me. What? You got the monster. From who? Magic Jamin? Magic Johnson? The Magic Jamie? You don't know who Magic Johnson is? Basketball player, has AIDS. Sin is deadlier than Irving Magic J. Seaman.
Like a dog without a bone and hacker out a moan, riders on the storm. There's a killer on
smoke another gram.
The world on you depends, our life will never end. Gotta love your man.
I feel like, yeah. I feel like Ali, Tupac, story of a young champion. Take off like I feel. I feel like Brick James, jumping up and down the couches. Mike Jordan in the fourth quarter, we ballin' baby to the victory. Yeah, I feel like Ali. I feel like Ali. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I feel like nothing gon' stop me. No. I feel like Ali. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like nothing gon' stop me. I feel like Ali. I feel like Kareem and 7-3 MVP. I feel like Michael Jackson. Hey, white glove with the red jacket, young playmaker, money Mayweather, no losses, baby, still undefeated. I feel like nothing gon' stop me now. Full time on my job, I grind hard. Ain't no time to waste time, cannot get caught. Lacking, I'ma make it happen, any cause, going for the ring, Miami with LeBron. But I've been through hell and back, can it make you wanna quit? But it's all about the finish, yeah. Fall down here, you can back up and get up. Story of a town, young. Kobe second, no one. Going for the gold, baby, I got this, here we go. I feel like Ali, Tupac, story of a young champion. Take off like I feel. I feel like Brick James, jumping up and down the couches. Mike Jordan in the fourth quarter, we ballin' baby to the victory.
Come here, Scotty.
I feel like Ali. I feel like Ali. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I feel like nothing gon' stop me, no way. I feel like Ali. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like nothing gon' stop me, no way. I feel like Ali. I feel
Great
like
job.
with the pull up three. This is my shot. They
But
playing on the
this
down
December.
but I take off like astronauts. Never let them pull me down. Keep your head up like Tupac. Yeah, I feel.
All right, Scotty got student of the month for December. Just handed it in. Shout him out on the channel. Here. Put it on the fridge. Good job, bud.
In the foot, been through the struggle, but it made me stronger, know I'm better for it. I ain't gonna never settle for a lesson I came for. Story of a champion, going for the gold, baby, I got this, here we go. I feel like Ali, Tupac, story of a young champion. Take off like I feel. I feel like Brick James, jumping up and down the couches.
Scotty, you want this? Hot, be careful. Here. Nothing else. Just
I realized that I hadn't took this precaution in 2 days.
What do you mean?
I had to take one at all Saturday.
Come get your blessings. Yeah, AK second letter with my range though. Yeah, I feel fly as TSA in plain clothes. Yeah, it's these bitchy rappers sweating canes though. Straight came out and tried to fall they rain. No, I SoundCloud high. Sim in the jacket, it's not the Bible. Cause I'm living all I got. Boy, I'm really living more than sentimental. Put it in the middle of an instrumental every time and tittle. From my brother, Pistol Riddle. With the riddles of the father's vision. Boy, I know you heard me go. Sorry for all the hold up. Yeah. In the lab now with Cobra. Yeah. Tempo on me, that's my quota. The album coming soon, that'll lead us no lie. Smith and Wesson, spit that Smith and Wesson. Get that kill till your soul feel heaven. Soul food, come get your blessing. I told you, come get your blessing. Yeah. Smith and Wesson, spit that Smith and Wesson. Give you that kill till your soul feel heaven. Soul food, come get your blessing. I told you, come get your blessing, yeah. Putting in work, young T-Chef up the stove, though. I pull up in all black with the rose gold. Microphone loaded, weapon spit a real route. I just wrote this from the soul, so I know you feel that. Put my life inside these bars, yeah. Metaphor, murder charge. Metamorphosis, I still evolve. Right this time to heaven, higher power, light the valley. Really, I just hold the torch. I'm a freedom rider, scream my peace up in the fire. I got angels all around me just to hold me down, yeah, hold me down, yeah. I'm a young, wavy Memphis raising shawty level up, yeah, shawty level up. I just came from Atlanta and I really need a break, but I got 3 more shows this month, yeah. Smith and Wesson, spit that Smith and Wesson. Get that kill till your soul feel heaven. Soul food, come get your blessing. I told you, come get your blessing, yeah. Smith and Wesson, spit that Smith and Wesson. Give you that kill till your soul feel heaven. Soul food, come get your blessing. I told you, come get your blessing, yeah. Oh, we just train full of grace on my gang, yeah. Oh, HCA to the grade on my fade, yeah. Jesus is allegiance here. Won't pick apart a piece of this, the pieces is. When everybody wanna leave it here, we leaning in, we eating here, that's it. We ain't great, but we ain't fake it all. Talking CA takes to create faith and balls. I mean, we don't play like EA games, we play game and see they change to free they fame, yo. We stay game, but we don't stay the keto. Hold on. Y'all gotta wait for the album, man. I can't give it all here, you know what I'm saying? Get your tickets to the Tempo Tour. It's the last time we doing this. Intimate, know what I mean? Come here, we working on. brother would take it. Nobody pray with me. Matter of fact, get away from me. Well, I remember popping bands and whoop chase on my neck and wrist. 20 a gram for excellence, then turn profit to Copperfield. Money just disappeared, but look Houdini make it back again. Penn and Teller, double team, my Swisher sweet with lean and zen. Right through streets like Easy E, my Jesus, PC, all my sins. Hit the East End up police, my homie cages to the man. Pulled up unexpected, just like Tommy did in Mari's crib. That's not right, but that's just like that. Black mask kept him innocent. Another day, another play, another blue face for the sake that made me extend spade the VIP. Yeah, dreams come true cause all I ever wanted was to ball yellow Troy. Now the whole world sing with me. I wanna be a baller, shot caller, 20-inch blades on the Impala. Fast lane, don't crash, man. That fast life is high note, but it's levels to it. You and I know, fool. Be humble, yeah. Sit down, be humble, yeah. Lay low, yeah. Be humble, sit down. Be humble, sit down, be humble, yeah. Lay low, be humble, lay low, yeah. Be humble, sit down, be humble, sit down, yeah. Be humble, fast lane, don't crash, man. That fast life is dangerous. And that's facts, man, but cash came and racks made me love the hustle. That's money making mix, paid in full. Breaking rules, I'm a law neglected citizen. I'm the man, look at me, XXX Tentacion. Just wait till the homies home. We gon' boss up CEO and Major League. Yeah, we gon' boss up Ricky Rose, AMMG. We gon' boss up Freeway Ricky Tuki me. I'm feeling myself. Whoa, God like in the flesh. Whoa, I might live forever. Oh, you immortal then. No, don't act like you are bulletproof, cause JFK was president. Top security can't stop an inside job. You know it's levels here. Don't you understand? You're just a mortal man like Kendrick said. Don't you understand that Pac got shot and it is Biggie next? You don't know if you wake up at AM or if you be dead. God, mama told me after all, be humble, yeah. Sit down, be humble, sit down, be humble, sit down, wait now, be humble, sit down, yeah, be humble, lay low, yeah, be humble, lay low, yeah, be humble, sit down, be humble, yeah, sit down, yeah, be humble. Yeah, it was different for me, yeah. They could see the vision, it was crystal to me, yeah. Look at how the tables turn, interestingly, yeah. If it's what it is, that's what it's meant to be, meant to be. Ay, talk down on me, yeah. I could never be that what you want me to be, yeah. Ice down my chest, I put my heart on my sleeve, yeah. That never stop cause it was meant for me, yeah. Meant for me. If I take a loss, then that's a win for me. From the other side, look like the end for me. Yeah, I could never fold. That's a sin for me. Yeah, say a prayer for my enemies. Ay, backstabbing back, biting back, conniving back, wishing on my downfall. Sit back, watch the plan unfold. Back to the wall, so my face facing God. Overcome the odds, I bounce back, supercharged. Yeah, lean on me. Just promise you'll be there when I need you. Cause more than I see intentions deceitful. Yeah, swimming with the sharks and snakes, I lost trust. Yeah, lost trust. Look, pull a seat up to the table, just don't pull a Judas. Jesus wept, guess that's why I'm always going through it. From the dirt came the rose, and I feel like the mark. From the earth, dust to dust, I was chosen and called. It was different for me, yeah. They can see the vision, it was crystal to me, yeah. Look at how they tables turn, interestingly, yeah. If it's what it is, that's what it's meant to be. Ay, tar down on me, yeah. I could never be that what you want me to be, yeah. Ice down my chest, I put my heart on my sleeve, yeah. Blessings never stop cause it was meant for me, yeah. Meant for me, meant for me, meant for me. Blessings never stop cause it was meant for me, yeah, man for me, man for me. Right in the storm, I stood shoulder to shoulder. Looked the mountain in his face, we was boulder to boulder. Look, my angel, she was by my side, noble to noble. Looked at heaven from which come my help, over and over. Grandma told me, mama told me, if I ever lost my way, Monty told me, stick to the coast, stay safe, these streets get colder. Rolling, 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 yeah, rolling, 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 I've been rolling again. I could never fall, cause to me that's a sin, yeah. I gotta prevail, overcoming, I win, yeah. Never would I ever run from it again, yeah. Destined for me, destined for me. From the past to the end, destiny. Yeah, it was different for me, yeah. They can see the vision, it was crystal to me, yeah. Look at how the tables turn, interestingly, yeah. It's just what it is, that's what it's meant to be, meant to be. Ay, tar down on me, yeah. I could never be there, what you want me to be, yeah. Ice down my chest, I put my heart on my
Just leave it on the table. I'll get rid of it.
cause it was meant for me, yeah. Meant for me, meant for me. Man for me.
What's up with all these unlocks?
Cause it was man for me, yeah. Man for me, man for me.
Now all of a sudden the beer gang thing is back on my phone. Fuck.
I started like kind of young. Everybody was rapping, and then I was rapping, and then we ran out of beats to rap on, and so I just started making the beats. On Splash, it's on my creative use. Somebody told me about it, like it was like some secret things. And I was like, you heard of Splice? And I went on to it. I was like, dang, this is real. You know that excitement when you get some new sounds and stuff like.
Yeah, ay, I've been taking risks. See them now they play, got me shooting with the wrist. Made my own lane and I pull it like Swiss. Y'all hate how I play, I can get a load of this. Swiss like bam, 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 AM to PM to PM to early morning, I'm petty. Forget the party, knowing they confetti. Not heavy big brick that taught me already. Gotta get up to come down, when I'm up to throw down, when I'm up in your town. I gotta hand you waves, I gotta make some shake. I gotta run my race. Take your place, hit the jumper. 3 points to the shot is all I got. We want the ring, but we came from nothing. But I ain't gotta work alone, the fight is fought within the team. And we hit the lockers, shout with the grace of God. I'm dripping from one over my kind of dripping, but God got us. I pray for haters, and even pray for my bloggers. Yeah, I've been taking risks. See them how they play, got me shooting with the wrist. Made my own lane, and I pull it like Swiss. Y'all hate how I play, I can get a load of this. Swiss like bam, bam. what you finna do and all your plans go down. Whipping with the blessings in my hand like down. You we finna lose, you don't know who I am. Okay, let me just explain. Contemplate, mountains move when I isolate. The go to Texas is to compensate, cause the king is in you, you can't relate. I realize the waters is deep, all the Xanax, my movement is minor, but launching in planets, determined that everyone up on the annex. Friday we'll realize that we got advantage. I've been taking risks, see them how they play, got me shooting with the wrist. Made my own lane and I pull her like Swiss. Y'all hate how Swiss like bam, 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 bam.
When you find yourself in a strange land, discover your inner hero. Unlock the power to see through everything. In the blank, it's fascinating, clear, in selective form.
Man, doggone it, man. I can't keep up with it no more. I just can't do it. It's too much.
What you talking about, Leroy?
All these little young bucks with the little hairline, got the little Kool-Aid in their hair. Think they own the world. Think they own everything. They don't own nothing.
And they be talking about like they the greatest these days. Like
now they're trying to money off online, that little internet stuff.
I can't be a pro, turn around the floor, yeah. I ain't with the shady business, keep it at the door, yeah. Father always told me I was meant for more, yeah. Jesus Christ, be in my life. life. He been there since day one. We taking flight, yo. And I know it's hard. Always trying to do right, yo. But I got people easy like I'm Suge Knight. They ask us what's the more, tell them we the more, yo. Wanna know how we do, tell them we don't lose, yo. God made me so different since my first day. I say I'm aware, but the right way. We better, yeah. Oh yeah, we better, yeah. We better, yeah. We better, yeah. We better. Oh yeah, yeah. Wanna know how we don't lose, yeah. God made me so different since my birthday. I say hello, well, gonna run away. We better, yeah. We better, yeah. Now it's time to grind. My mama told me never stay. Yeah, turn back right, it's prime time. Prime time. Oh, prime time. Turn back right. Dion, yeah, it's prime time. Took the L, turn back right. Dion, yeah, it's prime time. Boy, you're back. Yeah. All I wanted was a little yeah. Started college at age of 15 records. Yeah. They said, no, you'll be a vocal savage. Yeah. No one snatched me. And I laid it down like 21. No, it mattered. And I took some losses, but I know that they didn't damage. Man, that's supernatural. I'm not organic. No, that's cool. I'm out for you. I got direction. Don't get advantage when you in the van and nothing handed that you wasn't coming back. You always popping master calamari. All you need is nothing to bring something back. That's just a humble fact. I see L's like no lessons now. In every loss I gain like a bench press. I'm not even looking for no new lessons. Suffer now in heaven, I'll be counting blessings, homie. I took the losses, now it's time to grind. My mama told me never stay down. Yeah, turn back right, it's prime time. Yeah, I took the losses, now it's time to grind. My mama told me never stay down. Yeah, turn back right, it's prime time. Prime time.
Of course, these fucking people. Come on. Unreal.
Dion, yeah, it's prime time. Praying hands, mama praying hands in the bedroom. 2 a.m., 3 a.m., bended knee, you held me down, always held me down. I was reckless, going the phone, swallow the sand with my breakfast. Young and wild, and I remember blaspheming God.
Busted, yeah, right. I shot the dude in his head. And then he hit me with the fucking truck. How was that getting busted? Oh shit.
Cause I'm Thomas Brady with the comeback. When you used to struggling, you know how to jump back.
I'm gonna take it out on these stands.
Okay, I jump back right. Yeah, Dion, yeah, it's prime. I took the losses, now it's time to grind. Yeah, my mama told me never stay down. Yeah, jump back right, it's prime time. Prime time. Yeah, I took the losses, now it's time to grind. My mama told me never stay down. Yeah, jump back right, it's prime time. Prime time. Oh, prime time. first rodeo. Check my portfolio. Without the Holy Ghost, I will be kicking my commas up, quote unquote, quote unquote, quote unquote. I am not so and so. Might be the rapper that no one knows, but I got the clip like a metronome. That's a metrable. New intellectual, yeah. I was the Oreo coming up. Told him at least I'ma get my degree, then I'll be back on the scene and my cream will be double stuff. Either that or when started boxing to toughen up, then I met Jesus and seen that the show on somebody will sacrifice all for the other one. I ain't got no records when we bragging on it. Under the blood ain't no stacking on it. Shout out to Reach Records, they put the master on it. Every record got the master on it, but it's free, freedom ain't no mega homie. Man, it's Jesus, till I'm mad annoying. We indeed a living, all I mean, he is read demons innocent, and I am loyal, cause boy, I used to be a monster. I was tweaking, had my mama going bonkers. Yeah, you probably wouldn't believe it if it hadn't been for Jesus. I'd be still running around like I'm a gangster.
Jesus Christ! We love you, God! That's right, people. Keep doing what you're doing, baby. Go to the money! Jesus Christ!
We take it way up, higher than that's off on a launch and lift. Off into the dark abyss, past the stars where the Martians live. Never will these archers miss their mark. You see the darts we spit, they're sharpened tips. We aim for the heart and hit what our target is. Like an arsonist, lighting a match up and then tossing it onto gasoline. We're torching this, homie, of course it's lit. Like Rick James on Eddie Murphy's couch, screaming out darknesses with no remorse. We kick that grime in this pond, we are sharks to fish.
This is a remix, get a beat, flip, rip it to pieces. Get a seat, we have been up when the sweet finna eat. We sitting with Jesus, dropping it for the God, risen he alive, living in the midst of the people. Try me, and if you're not feeling it, then vibe really I ain't feeling you either. Whether or not you feel it, I'm not forgetting what God is giving to me. I could be locked up inside the prison and not to visit a priest. God willing, I'ma give him the gospel till I'm not in position to speak. You can knock it, but I'ma rock with the rock, and I'm not missing a beat. Listen to me, dog. I was up in Walmart with a scan gun for the canned goods. I could rap what I could for the fan. That's manhood. Quit looking for the lick. Told God if you're not with it, I quit this. That's when he told me no, you just go and be lit. Tell them what I know. Let's repent this, never get it twisted. Yeah. Daddy, let me loose. They gotta move. Bishop with the burner, baby. I got the juice. They hating on my team, cause we the truth. Won't he do it? And we the proof. We gon' take it way, 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 way. We gon' take them way, 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 way.
I ain't really with the bag talk on me, but you know that I'ma talk back. You ain't pitching, you can buck back. You ain't gotta ride, you can walk back. Hey, we need to get the salt back. Dark rap, big the blackboard. And if you ain't teaching from the most high, little homie, you can get a chalk back. Homie, I can never go back. I was down in the gutter, man. Low in the dark place. Oh, thank God, he the Everybody gotta raise up. Down and the praise up. Lockdown, homie, stay up. Tell the motive there's a way up. The blood, we covered by it. Speaking up when everyone is silent. Think we don't, man, y'all confused. We be dropping jewels like a drunken pirate. Showing up the parties uninvited with the Sunday fire. I be praising God with. Probably leaving everyone inspired. If they spirits any higher, they would mosh pit. We don't really want that, do we? Nah, man, I never care what I hate to say. All tripping, my soul stripping like a winter coach bathed in a Gatorade. Ooh, flame in an 808. Straight propane, let me demonstrate. Put fire to the beat and do the same thing. Eminem and Jay did the reggae. Look up, man, look at God took up. Could've took us with the beam in the clutch. Don't put God, that's mean in the clutch. Team in it up with a rough punch. Don't play game like putt putt. I be the gut punch. He's running the play like hunt hunt. He's really trying to have a dust up. Put your pride and recognize what just us. Bust the mighty hand, the guy to rough us. Swing it with your idol, get your bust up. Trying to hurt the kid to get you roughed up. Like Paul and Silas, till I'm in a coffin virus. Benefit righteous, feeling it, living it, pious, bias. Daddy, they gotta move. Push it with the burner, baby. I got the jewels. Ain't hating on my team, cause we the truth. What we do, we
Music is a really important part of the show. Rigo took a tremendous musical leap. I got to work with Timberland. That alone makes no sense to me. Like, what?
Step Up High Water. All episodes now streaming.
It's my was purple on down. You everything is like my good worth the town. My life's changed now, I'm bringing for the life game. It's my business, so it's purple on down. Purple on down. Yeah, my British when we swerve the yard town. My British when we swerve the yard down. It's my business, so it's purple on down. Purple on down. Yeah, my British when we swerve the yard town. My British when we swerve the yard town. For real, purple kings fitted braids, purple beans, purple chucks, sway, purple tea, straight from the city of the purple tree. With some mix, I'm making purple pits. Hog playing purple pits. My now I'm stacking purple chips. Yeah, black cross, purple rag, sack box dipped in mac sauce, purple swag. I'm a hog all the time. Purple clock, that clock and a purple bar. It's my business, so it's purple on down. Purple on down. Yeah, my British when we swerve the yard town. My British when we swerve down. It's my business, so it's purple on down. Purple
purple on down. Yeah, my bullets when it's worth the yard down. My bullets when
Rob the store. Right.
with the purple lace. Haters so get the purple. Prince of mine, you see the purple rain with the purple blood flowing through these purple veins. Purple diamond set inside a purple vein. And great with the purple. Purple track with the purple backs. Hog mock, you say we bring the purple back. No purple ink, but I'm a purple fiend. And when I sleep, I'm having purple dreams. Sack king, purple king, and purple skin. Some blue honey, like purple jeans. My business source, purple on down. Yeah. My business is worth the yard town. My business is down. It's my business, so it's purple on down. Purple on down. Yeah. My business is worth the yard town. My business is worth the yard town. Yeah. Purple candy looking man. Purple days. That thing roll cold. Purple freeze. Yum. Barney bread. Purple cheese. Warfare. We bear arms. Purple sleeves. Purple wings. Just on my purple beats. Pray for him. When man, I'm a purple cut. And get your purple blood. RPLE everything inside, man. My life. Purple on down. Yeah. My bullets when we swerve the yard town. My bullets when we swerve the yard down. Business so it's purple on down. Purple on down. Yeah. My bullets when we swerve the yard town. My bullets when we swerve the yard town. It's my business so it's purple on down. PURPLE everything inside. My bullets when we swerve the yard town. My life's changed now, I'm banging for the right gang. It's my business, so it's purple on down. PURPLE, everything is like night. My bullets when we swerve the yard town. My life's changed now, I'm banging for the right gang.
Can't handle the heat, my friend? Okay, leave it with creepy Uncle Lester.
Yeah, 2019, we going in. But you know you can't just without stretching, you pull something.
Just a little stretch for the warm up. Prep for the war come dressed with a sword. If you rep till the Lord come. Died this morning and stepped on a corpse. Jumped fresh out the morgue just to flex with the torch up. And yes, I'm a mess. I was messed up before. Got saved, then messed up some more stuff. Destined for hell, fail, could have been left on the floor. But the Lord met death on the forefront. Door shut, now we go hard. Ain't no other way. Saved by the sin, invite him in. Like a one a day, fight to win. New life begin, old done away. Stick a knife in the Leviathan. Get a son his praise. I am blessed in the realest way. I was blessed for the check ever hit the bank. But I was sleeping on somebody else's flow. Now I'm finna invest in the real estate. Now they probably say I'm on my credit flow. I bet folks in the comments finna feel away. It's best to keep it in your chest store. Running for the show and get pressed in the lemonade. Anyway, I said I was finna stay smoke free in 2019. What I meant to say, I just want the blessings to hit me and ricochet. Till the day what I get match what I give away. Listen,
Woke up feeling like I hit the lotto. Woke up feeling like I hit the lotto. Jesus with me everywhere that I go. Got me feeling like I hit the lotto. Ay, I hit the lotto. Ay, you hit the lotto. Ay, we hit the lotto. Price down for you, boy, you hit the lotto.
Click, click. I done hit the lotto. Hands on the numbers like the face on my Movado. You happy shooter is backward than homie Feliciano. Wait, you telling me you ain't got no bizzle in your Serato? All your monetary idols gotta fall. Feeling like the weekend, like only ones with the Powerball. Getting the mega millions and nothing like a shark. dark, but I'm looking and I see the mental fam like a Tylenol. I'm smoke free too. Hard when I see a hater gums flapping. And homie, I ain't acting. And I ain't talking rapping. I'm talking about running up when I see you like, hey, what happened? Calm down, put down the past for Christ and just focus on the beauty of the afterlife. I ain't never about to gamble, so I pass the dice and keep guard over money. That's that cash for life.
Fulfill